Okay. Let's go. How are we doing on this yucky, cold, wet, raining, sore throat having Saturday morning? Huh? So we got all sorts of stuff going on here. Just all sorts of stuff. A few things I know, a few things you guys know. Scores from the NHL yesterday before we do anything else. Not that much. Capitals beat the Hawks 5-1. The Jets beat the Kings 5-1, and the Mavs beat the Blues 4-2. So nothing there in terms of the Panthers standings or anything like that. Now there was a little bit of news. I'm sure some of you guys have it. Let's see, scientist, how you doing, bud? Yeah. He's got the first thing. Gregor placed on waivers. We'll find out it too if he clears. Vilmanis recalled is on the ice for the morning skate. Jones placed on IR retroactive to January 2nd. So that kind of answers the question if Chucky's coming back today. I'm not sure if that is quite all the moves that we would need to make to clear space for him. So I'm not so sure. I think we're going to be just like Jack Johnson, sitting, waiting, wishing. Scientist, Martian was on the ice for the morning skate, didn't participate in the line rushes. Vilmanis was with Cunnin and Studnicka. Troy Aikman, hey, Colin, Aikman's now in an advisory role with the Finns. That's interesting how that's all shaped up. Right, so Jones being on IR opens up a roster spot for either Schwindt or Kachuk. Both of them are on the road trip. I'm not sure if it opens up enough cap space. I think we're still a little bit over the cap. We're good for Schwindt. But I'm not sure if that opens up enough cap space for Kachuk to come back. There might be one more move we got to make, but we'll see. Bruin and Brooks made All-Pro. Very good. Yeah, I saw that. Colin says also because the new GM is from the Packers. Maybe Matt LaFleur could be a possibility depending on the Bears game tonight. Very true. McCarthy and Jeff Hafley are others options to consider. Finns will be interviewing Stefanski in the coming week. How you doing, Bex? Not sure on Chicken Chuck. David's got it sunny and 78 with a nice onshore breeze. Oh, you're killing me, David. Oh, man, it's 42 and heavy rain outside. I had to go to the gym and the grocery store. It's raining. It's yucky. It's schmutzy. I got that sore throat, the aches, that I'll be all right. I'm fine. But just the weather, man, it has just been dreary upon dreary. Some winters we get like weeks of brilliant sunshine and highs in the upper 30s, but it's nice because you got sun. We've seen the sun like twice in the last month, man. It's getting ridiculous. Hey, JC. Yeah, they called up Vilmanis. Yeah. Hey, SPH. How you doing? How late the teams have to announce who is playing for that day's game? That's a good question, David. Not so sure. Yeah, ready for another heart attack? Man, we better win this game. At some point. You cross the other side during the fourth quarter of the Canes. No doubt, man. David, if that would have been like 38 seconds left instead of 18 seconds left, I'm just saying. Like, I'm even surprised that because they had 6 seconds left there on the clock on that last play. I was even surprised that they could have ran and gotten another, not ran, but like ran a little out to get out of bounds. They could have gotten another 5-10 yards, I thought. We will take it. Hey, Great White, why do we always give Bob a free pass? He could give 10 goals and everybody would say not Bob's fault. Drives you crazy. Well, there's a balance there. He has been a victim of some pretty ridiculously bad luck this year. He has, so it's a combination of three things. We are giving up higher quality chances. Now, I don't do the analytics and all of that, so somebody could prove me wrong there. I don't know any of that stuff. But the eye test tells me we're giving up higher quality chances. Bobrovsky has not been elite, right? There's been some pucks that he'd like to have back. And there have been plenty of things like the other night where it's a 2-on-1 and Sabrango does the exact right play that the defenseman is taught to do, lays down, blocks the pass, and boom, it's right back on the guy's stick and in the net. So I think, and actually to add number 4 to that, we're not scoring any goals like 5-1, 4-1, 6-2. Well, you're not winning a lot of games only scored 1 or 2 goals anyway. So I think that's why we're saying it's not all Bob's fault, because there's so many other things. If we were healthy and we were losing games 5-4 and Bob was giving up 5 whole goals and bad angle shots and all of that, okay. Could he play better? Yeah. How many lost points do we have because Bob's not been playing spectacular? I don't know. He's a little bit of a part of the issue, but 8 guys, half the team. When half the team is out, there's only so much that you can do, right? Beck says 2 dumpster fire teams tonight. Whose fire will go out a little bit less than the others, right? Our defense sucks at time this season with a lot. Yeah, Tarasov has played better. Bobrovsky does. The thing about Bobrovsky, Great White, is he will give up your soft goal every once in a while. And then when he's tapped in and tapped on, he'll make some saves that nobody has business making, which kind of evens things out a little bit. And I think it's hard to judge his play right now because of you've seen it as soon as Jones went out. Like, it was like Jones was like the last piece holding the dam together, and maybe Martian there obviously too. So it's really hard to judge. Now, Tarasov's numbers, if we want to look at this here. Tarasov right now has a 2.81 and a 9.04. Okay. And I think by the eye test, we've all felt like Tarasov has played better. Bobrovsky has a 2.93 and an 8.81. So Bobrovsky's save percentage is 25 points worse. Is that right? 23 points worse, but the goals against is only 0.02. The goals against are basically duplicate, except Tarasov's save percentage is significantly better. Tarasov has been better on the breakaways, and I think that's what accounts for the save percentage being better, but the goals against being about the same. That's the one area for sure that Tarasov has been better, is on the breakaways and the 2-on-1s. But we've also played Tarasov against Colorado, where he gave up 6 goals on the second of a back-to-back, and against St. Louis, where he gave up 5 goals on the second of a back-to-back, and his save percentage in those games was horrifying. So, Derek, you like Tarasov? You feel he's the future? It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I'd like to see him get signed, but then again, we got to figure out if Bobrovsky is going to extend, what that's going to be before we can work on how much we can afford to pay Tarasov. So, hey, Alechka, Science says, do I think Gregor will clear? I'm sure all the teams have taken note of Bussy. We never get a player cleared. We might never get a player cleared ever again. Nothing would surprise me. I mean, he's a decent fourth line guy. He's got a little bit of bite to his game. I guess it's just going to depend on the injury situation of where another team is. If they feel like he can help them. I don't think anybody's taking Gregor away from us just to hurt the Panthers. You know what I mean? I think if they feel like he can genuinely help, that but I would kind of be surprised if he gets picked up, to be honest. Alechka, we haven't heard anything about Chucky today. Yeah, they put Jones on LTIR retroactive to January 6th. Okay, right. And we'll have to figure out the cap situation once I guess when Jones comes back, that whole deal. There's ways to work it out though. We'll be okay. Derek, big goalie, good lateral movement. Yeah, Tarasov, the only complaint I've had about Tarasov so far is he needs to stop going behind the net and freezing. Like, just stay in the net, let the D handle the puck, or go back there and move it along. He's done that a couple of times. I agree there, Great White, about giving Tarasov a few more starts. So you think they'll give Tarasov $3 million at 8? I don't know about 8. 8 might be a bit, 8 years might be a bit much. He's not super young. Where is he? He's 26. He'll be 27. We'll see. His previous numbers haven't been anything spectacular. This is by far the best numbers he's had. It's hard to judge him, though. I mean, if you're giving Bobrovsky a break because of the structure of the team, then by default you got to give Tarasov the same deal. We'll see. $3 million. We haven't paid our backup goalie $3 million in a while. Runwood King says, "Good morning, all. I apologize if I already answered this. Marchand apparently was in practice, but not in the line rushes. So not quite. Doesn't look like that situation has. Yeah, it looks like we're going to continue to play without him, which is fine. We need him. We need him fresh. Derek, I would recommend on this channel, there's a video I did a couple of weeks ago in terms of what happens when we start trading players and everything cap-wise. We need Samoskevich and Boquist both on the team, because if we make the playoffs and Barkov comes back, their salaries are the only ones that we can fit with a full roster. We can't afford Rodriguez on the ice at the same time unless somebody else goes making more than $3 million. It's just not enough money. It's about a half-hour video. It explains all of what we could do and the consequences, because it's with the new LTIR rules effect this year. There's a lot of rumors out there about certain things that we don't have the cap space to do. So I would, and man, in terms of Samoskevich, we desperately need him on the ice. Only, even if you don't like his play, his cap number, that's where we're at. We got cap issues. Well, yeah, I know. I get what you're saying about the cap in 2033. I mean, I wouldn't be against this. Certainly, if it's going to be $3 million and he's only going to be, the backup and possibly But we got to see what Bob's going to do yet first. I thought we were going to get a Bobrovsky extension over the summer, so that tells you how much I know. And I know we heard a rumor, there was something on Twitter about a month ago that said the Panthers and Bob had started talking. So I'm not really sure what number they're looking at there. What happened, David? Yeah, there's a difference. Jones is on IR, not LTIR. Yeah, I thought it was going to be. That's cool, Derek. Yeah, if you watched it, I mean, the long and the short of it is what I've been saying is that the way that the cap works in the playoffs is the game day roster has to be cap compliant, and so I would love to get a new 4C. Not against that idea at all, but the problem is that it doesn't matter who we trade to get them. It only matters what the cap number of the team on the ice is going to be. And so when Barkov comes back, you need the flexibility of Samoskevich and Boquist or guys that are at that salary level. Because if Barkov comes back, you don't have the money to put Rodriguez because he makes $3 million, and then you'd be over the cap. And there's a lot of different intricacies in there. So I've seen a lot of people wanting to make trades, and it's like, yeah, but there's 3 levels of consequences to each trade. Because as another example would be, if you go and you pay the 4C too much, if you get a 4C making $2 million and somebody gets injured, and Barkov is back, you won't even have the money to get Boquist on the ice because he makes $1.5 million. So the only way that you can get a new guy, basically, if he's making like 1.4 or something or less, we really got dinged by them changing the LTIR rules and moving them to this year. JC says the Stanley Cup will be about an hour away from us in Allen, Texas on the 18th. Fantastic. Now, why is it going to be in Texas? What's the deal there, JC? Oletchka, yeah, we were relatively healthy last year, especially in the playoffs, right? I mean, I know Chucky had one leg, but the D, I don't think we missed any games at all by our top 6 defensemen. I don't think that they did. I'm pretty sure that they didn't. So we'll be okay. Worst, like we've been saying, the worst case scenario is we don't make the playoffs, and then we come back next year, and we've got a hell of a roster. Yeah, you're right there. Just the Ekblad suspension. You're right. That's correct. Yeah, but we didn't lose anything to injury. I knew it didn't sound right when I was saying it, but yeah, so that's why. So what are my thoughts on the Sabrango Petrie Perry? Would I rather see Bournefoot? No, I'm fine with Sabrango. I'm fine with him. I think he brings a little bit more energy. And we desperately need that. I've already said how I felt about the last game where he laid down, and I mean, it was the right play. He makes the right play, and sometimes that happens. You make the right play, and it doesn't work out for you. It's Bournefoot seems to get caught out of position too many times, so I'd rather have Sabrango. Oh, there's an ECHL All-Star game where the Americans play. All right, that's cool. Derek, yeah, the Petrie thing. I mean, he's been okay. The last few games, he's making more of an effort. Obviously, we just got so many guys out, and it's also about the roles on those pairs. You know what I mean? Like Kulikov, Petrie. Then you've got Kulikov is the anchor of that pair, and then you can kind of hide Petrie a little bit and just stay back, Jeff. Just stay back there, stay around the blue line, don't go anywhere, just stay there and make sure nothing bad happens. But without Kulikov, now you've got Petrie as the anchor to that pair. No, it's not good. And then on top of it, you've got the inexperienced guys behind them now because Balinskis is up with Mikkola. And it's just you only can do so many things. Mike Madonna will be there signing autographs as well. That's cool. Alechka says, I cannot live in a world where Tampa gets one more because Mike said at least a couple stay in Florida. I mean, if it pisses everybody off, it is what it is, right? The Finns have requested to interview Clint Kubiak. All right. So there's some interesting names. I don't think we're going to get Harbaugh. I'm not sure Harbaugh would even want to come, to be honest, and I've kind of felt that from the beginning. Kyle doesn't want him, and usually Kyle is right about these things. Kyle keeps very, very tight wraps on things and pays attention and knows all the intricacies and the situations, and he remembers everything. He don't forget anything. And if Kyle says we don't want Harbaugh, I will ride with his opinion because he's usually right about those things. He loves saying, I told you. He's worse than me. Scientist says Nick Cousins was at the Panthers morning escape chirping them from the other side of the glass. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Ottawa. Mike says, I ordered a Winter Classic jersey and never updated shipping status, so they refunded me a few weeks ago. Ay, jeez. Oh, and then it showed up. Nice. That's nice, Mike. What did I had that happen with a weed eater and a chainsaw years ago. I bought it from Lowe's. This was 7 or 8 years ago. I bought a weed eater and a chainsaw, and it just never showed up. And they refunded me my money. And then like 2 weeks later, they both showed up. And I wanted to be honest about it. And I contacted them. I said, I got the weed eater and the chainsaw. And they were like, well, Merry Christmas. We're not going to charge you again because you waited so long for it anyway. So that was nice. There's his cousin. Sounds like he would be great in our fourth line right now. Or Gudas for the third pair. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt there, man. I don't even now. It's interesting because Ottawa. How much is Cousins' contract? I mean, if Ottawa decides to sell, he's just making 8.25. See, now that's somebody that we could afford. That would be solid depth. You see what I'm saying? That's somebody that we could afford. The other part to the whole trade thing is, and I just learned this when I did the video the other day, is that they're not prorating the cap hit. So as an example, if we were to get Cousins at 8.25, it's no longer prorated. So on in the playoffs, in terms of the cap hit, Cousins cap hit would be 8.25. It's not prorated anymore to where, okay, they're only with them for 20 something games. So they take the cap hit and they lessen it. So they really made it more difficult for teams to maneuver between that, and there's no more double retention. You can't have a third team there individually holding on to part of the salary cap. So they got the results they want. Not that. So the only update, Olechka, that is of anything we hadn't heard about is that they waived Gregor, but then they also called up Vilmanis. So now you're waiving Gregor because you're starting to clear cap space for Chucky to come back. I guess they moved Jones to IR, which is not LTIR. which that doesn't make any sense because you need to move him to LTIR for the cap relief for when Chucky comes back. So that kind of tells us Chucky's not coming back just yet. Which is a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a concern, but I know we said don't rush him back, and we're definitely not rushing him back. But brother, we need you, man. Chucky. Mike thinks the Blue Jackets are going to crush the Avs today. Interesting. Runwood King says you guys could hire the greatest wide receiver to ever play the game, Keyshawn Johnson, as your coach. You're happy Vilmanis makes the Olympic roster. Wait a minute. How did he make the what? Wait a minute. Scientist, am I confused? Who is he playing for in the Olympics that they would need an AHL guy? Am I confused there? Team Latvia. So there's not enough NHLers in Latvia that they had to go to the AHL. Oh. Well, at least they got a team. I hadn't even heard that. Thanks for letting me know. I hadn't even heard about that part. Yeah, the man has played in the preseason. And I think, let me look at his numbers, because I think whenever we look, his numbers are pretty good. I mean, at this point, anybody that can put the puck in the back of the net, like seriously. Yeah, Vilmanis has 8 goals and 11 assists, and he's a +7. So in 31 games, so that's halfway decent. He's third on the team in goals behind Skoog and Steves. Skoog or Skog, I'm not sure. How big is Vilmanis? Because they're putting him on the 4th line. 6'1", $192. So, but that's interesting that he made the Olympic team. Huh. Very cool. David, yeah, as bad as we need Chucky, we miss Jones and Marshy more. Yeah. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Eric says, honestly, drop games may short-term benefit us, puts pressure on guys to come back and doctors to pay close attention. Olympics are a gift this year. We get back pieces as soon as it's over. Partially, yeah. I just wish some of the guys weren't going. I wish Chucky wasn't going. I wish Marchand wasn't going. Reinhardt, jeez. Really wish he wasn't going. Olechka, careful, I'm 6% Latvian. I didn't mean it anything bad. I'm just saying, I guess there's not enough NHL. Here's a question. Did all of the players in the NHL from Latvia make the Olympic team and then they went to the AHL because there just wasn't enough? Or did they bypass some of the Latvian players and go to the AHL to find better ones? Yeah, maybe Vilmanis will score tonight. Maybe somebody will score tonight. Anybody, please. Doom was playing goalie for Latvia, on loan from Latvia. David. Oh, you're also 3% Finnish. Yeah, Derek, we don't have. We've got one guy on defense that I've asked for, Horvolka, who is a big dude. He is 6'6", 229. I'd love to see him up, but we keep bringing other guys in. But in terms of our prospects, let's see. Skog is 6'2", $197. So he's not small. Vilmanis is not huge. Sachin is 5'11", $155. I outweigh him by 25 pounds. Devine is 6 foot, $185. That's Kyle. Steve's is 5'9", $170. Like, these are the guys we're drafting, man. Foot, Nolan Foote is 6'3", 201. Okay, there's a big guy. He was actually drafted in the first round by the Lightning in 2019. So I'm not sure how we got him. He's got 6 goals and 11 assists. He played for the Utica Comets for 4 years in a row. He's scored some goals a couple of times. He's got some decent size, but not sure if he's ready to come up. Let's see. Brian Pino, 6'1", $190. Okay. Let's see. Benning, we already know, is my size. Chorsky. What about this guy? 6'7", 216. Holy moly. How come we didn't bring up this dude? There you go. Brett Chorsky, 6'7", 216. God dang. And he had 2 goals and assists in the playoffs last year. Doesn't say, I wonder if he's undrafted because it doesn't tell us where we got him. I'll come back to the chat now. All right, I'm scrolling to see what I missed. I wanted Horvolka out. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Well, we keep picking up, remember, Barnfoot was a waiver wire pickup. Sabrango was a waiver wire pickup. Balinskis came over from Europe. And so we just keep passing over any of the defensemen that we draft. So, I mean, I've never seen Horvolka play other than in the preseason. I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, we just keep passing those guys over and not giving any opportunity. Is what it is. Scientist says, have you heard of the paradox that you remove and replace a wooden plank on a ship one at a time? At what point is it not the same ship anymore? That's what I feel about our team. That's a really good point, Scientist. That's what I've done with my steps. I have a big outdoor porch and a 2-story. It's 2 stories worth of steps because it goes up to the 2nd story. And over the years, one year I just had Lowe's deliver a bunch of. I measured the planks to the steps, and I had a whole new step, whole bunch of it delivered. And over the years, when one step gets bad, I just take that one out and put it in one of the ones. But it's pretty much to the point where I got to buy more. But I can no longer tell which ones are the steps that I've replaced and which ones are still original because they're all weathered and beat to shit. Chucky and Marchand not playing tonight per Paul Maurice and Bobrovsky in net. Derek says, I'm 6 foot 220. I'm a 41-year-old dad with 5 kids, a startup and a mortgage and long COVID. We need our professional athletes to be bigger than me. It's a training issue. Yeah, bring up the big dudes and tell them to hit everything that moves. Yeah, I hear what you say. I don't disagree. We got a couple of them. I mean, they usually don't weigh that much in hockey, right? Because you can't. Like, how are you going to play hockey and gain weight? You know what I mean? But we've got, well, we'll see. They're clearly not bringing up Horvolka under any circumstances this year. Like, if they were going to do it, they would have done it when Jones got hurt. So, that's why they'll never give me a press pass, because I'd be the one asking, hey, so, like, how come we don't bring up Horvolka? You know what I mean? Like, my press pass wouldn't last very long. Let's put it that way. JC says the big guy moves like a sailboat with a bad rudder. Yeah, Pulviarvi. I think he went to Europe I liked him too. Let me see. Where did he go? I think he's playing over in Europe now. Let me see. He is playing in Genevieve Servais in the NL. What's the NL? What league is that? Genevieve Servais. He's got 13 goals and 19 assists in 35 games. So he's clearly playing with competition that he is better than. He's played in a lot of different places. What's the NL? I've never heard of that before. Swiss Hockey League. Thank you, Alechka. Okay, yeah, so I think that's where he wanted to go. I would have loved to have kept him as one of our guys off the bench. Frank says, I told Jaws if we lose to Montreal, I'd stop drinking. Oh, man. How you doing, Frank? Yeah, the Marchand injury must be not great. So, I mean, on one hand, I want to say it's okay, let him rest, but damn, somebody's got to score. Eric says your cells also will be completely replaced every few years. What matters is essence, not attributes. Exactly. Yeah, Kachuk's not playing either. Oi, oi, oi. Gray White says, I guess the step you put through your first is the first one to replay. Nobody is, knock on wood, nobody's fallen yet. Right? But you didn't say what kind of liquid, huh, Frank? Yeah, that's right. I think he just said I'd stop drinking. Yeah. No more water for Frank. Frank knows. Frank. Oh, geez. So that means we're going with the same lineup as the other game, except for now we got Bill Manis instead of Gregor. So that means Greer's okay. Oh, God. We just can't keep losing games. Like, where are we? I mean, I guess I can't believe I'm going to say this. I can't believe the words are fixing to come out of my mouth, but at least we're only 3 points behind the Sabres for the 8th seed. I am ashamed. Like, oh, so yeah. And then I'm assuming who do the Sabres play today? Let's see, Rangers, Bruins, Flames, Penguins, Avs, Jackets, Stars, Sharks, Leafs, Canucks, Lightning, Flyers, Wings, Canadians, Panthers, Senators, Kraken, Hurricane, Ducks, and Sabres. And the Ducks have lost like 50 in a row. Islanders, Wild, Blackhawks, Predators, Kings, Oilers, and Blues, Golden Knights. So, you got to get points in this game, Panthers. Like, there's only so many points that you can be behind. Have the Ducks still been losing? Did they ever win a game again? No, they lost 8 in a row. Come on, Quenville, do us a solid. I can't believe we have to watch the Sabres to see it. Well, let's go. But it's true, though. Let's go. It's true. I'm not making it up. And what's worse, so let's go. I didn't even bring up the part where Buffalo has a game in hand on us. You know? Scientist says Greer from fourth line grinder to top 6 tells you everything you need to know about. I know. Oh, geez. Yep. Hey, thank you, Great White. Hey, thank you, buddy. Much, much, much appreciated, bud. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. He says, let's start winning again. Man, we do. We do. Like, if you look at this, let's look at can we salvage? How do we talk ourselves into salvaging this? Okay, Here's how we're going to talk ourselves into salvaging this. All right? You beat the Sens today because they're in chaos. Okay? All right. That's 2 points. Then we got to play the Sabres. We're right behind them at that point because they're going to lose to the Ducks today. The Sabres lose to the Ducks today because that's what's going to happen because I said so. Then we get 2 points against Ottawa. Then we beat Buffalo, right? Okay? And then we're going to beat the Canes because we always beat the Canes. That's how we get out of this mess. If we do those 3 things, then we'll be in a playoff spot. And where the hell is Chucky? Where the hell is Chucky? Like I know we don't want to rush him back, but what is he feeling? Like, what is going on that he's been practicing and still not feeling right and ready for a game? Like, what is going on, man? Yeah, we won 2 cups. It's okay, right? Their boys are tired and emotionally exhausted. That's the truth. Derek says, Cream rises to the top. These step guys are getting big minutes and learning to play hard without superstars bailing them out. If we make the playoffs, the depth is even stronger, and now the stars return and the team is deadly. That I agree with 100%. That is something that has passed my mind every once in a while. It's like, these guys are getting to play against some top competition. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it could help. It could help things out a little bit, but we got to get healthy. We're just going the wrong way in terms of injuries. Chucky is smoking cigars somewhere. Oh no, Derek, we agree there in terms of if we're healthy. To me, even this team right now, if we're healthy and we got Barkov back, to me, I expect to win the conference. I'm not going to say I expect to win the cup because that sounds obnoxious, and there's some teams in the West. But if we're healthy and Barkov is healthy and Jones and Kachuk, if we've got our full complement of players, I expect to win the conference. I know energy could be an issue, but I would just be so surprised if somebody can eliminate these guys healthy. Now, the team we have now, I don't see how they make it, right? David says it isn't up to Chucky, it's up to the Docs. Right, so that's my concern. It's like, what? Because if Maurice is saying, well, maybe he can come back in one of these 4 games, like, what is still happening? What is still going on that is the reason why he's not playing? You know what I mean? Is he still feeling, is the scar tissue not right? Is he getting twinges? Is he getting too sore? Is it his cardiac, his aerobic ability? Like, I know they're not going to tell us, but especially when you consider the circumstances, like, you gotta figure at this point, because Chucky's always said he's had a target date in mind. Like, we're a month away from the Olympics. He hasn't even played a game for us. Like, I don't know. Al says, Josh, since Bennett got kicked off the Olympic team, the Lightning are now sending the most players. Hopefully neither team has a Chuck incident. Interesting. Of course, I guess they did tell Bennett that he's a possible replacement, but he might just give him the middle finger. Science, just, yeah, the rumors are insane. Yeah. I mean, look, something happened. Like, it could have nothing to do with what the rumors are there in Ottawa, but clearly something's going on with Ullmark. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really care about the player's personal business, but on the other hand, for the fans of the Senators, like, you'd think maybe somebody could say something. You know what I mean? It kind of puts Brady in a position because he's got this podcast with his brother. David says his muscle was torn completely off the bone. That takes a while to heal. You know, I get it. I get it. It's just frustrating the situation we're in. You know what I mean? Yeah, last year the extras were Boquist, Megna, Sturm, and Giles. It's a good point. It's a good point. I forgot about Megna. Yeah. And Sturm wasn't really worth too much. And that Giles, forgot about him too. Yeah, I get you, Frank. Has Chuck been ready for a while, just stalling? No, I suppose not. Like David's not wrong. Like, it's going to be up to the doctors. He's going to listen to them. I'm just curious to see. I would be curious to know what exactly like what the difference is between ready and not ready. Like, if he's still feeling it, like, should we be worried? Alessia says, if I'm not seeing certain comments, does that mean the person blocked you? I don't know that I'm disliked by some people in the community. I hope nobody blocked you. I hope not. I hope not, Alessia. Everybody should be cool here with everybody. Al says, yeah, that Sens fans started the rumor that Omar cried on Brady and Kachuk having affairs. This will be a weird game. See, Kyle told me about that part. I thought the rumor I heard was that he ratted out on some of the other guys on his team. I didn't hear that it was Brady and Matthew. But that's gotta not be true, right? David. Trade Bob for Hallmark guy and bring Brady with him. Hey, Dana. Yeah, exactly, scientists. So you don't think the rumors are far-fetched? I don't know. Like I said yesterday, like, I kind of feel like if that was true, there'd be more information. Like, there would have been other people leaking things out. You know what I mean? For what it's worth, Gilmanis is a +7 for the Checkers. Well, that's something. I mean, they obviously want to give him an opportunity, right? And I guess, we need to have some guys up that can be moved back and forth that are waivers exempt. Dana says Chucky's more focused for the Olympics than coming back early because he wants to be ready for the Olympics. He's already won the 2 cups. His dream to play with his brother in the Olympics. Yeah, that's probably a really good point, Dana. Scientist says, I don't see comments either, not even the super chats. Huh. That's interesting. Derek says you can't see the comments either. Huh. I wonder if that's some kind of YouTube. It might be a YouTube glitch, right? Hey, Vincent. He says men don't cheat. The term is not applicable to us by default. So this is, again, just part of modern culture war. My Guyville man is finally going to play. Let's see. Yeah, they're finally going to give somebody a chance there, Vincent. Can we get Horvolka? No? Okay. I asked. It is what it is. Check settings in YouTube to see if it's a privacy thing. Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. Great White. Well, at least I try to read. If I read the comment, you guys know what I'm responding to. Great White says, Jaws, any word on Barkov coming back? Nothing new. No, we have not heard anything new, unfortunately. But I think the assumption still is at some point during the playoffs. Scientist says you're reading comments right now that I can't see. Huh. Let me go to the, hold on a second. Let me check, because I'm on StreamYard. Let me see if I'm not seeing them, because if I'm not seeing them on YouTube, I know I'm not blocked. No, I think I'm seeing all the comments here. Actually, hold on a second. Okay, so this has got to be a YouTube thing, because Vincent's first comment, this is YouTube, because over here on StreamYard, Vincent made the comment about men don't cheat, and then he made the comment about Vilmanis finally going to play. Over on YouTube, there's no comment from Vincent about men not cheating. It's just the Vilmanis comment. So this has got to be some kind of a YouTube glitch. I don't think anybody's got people blocked. This is definitely a YouTube glitch, because just right off the bat, I'm not seeing the first comment that Vincent left, and it's nowhere. It's nowhere to be found. So, yeah, Vincent. Yeah, it's got to be a YouTube glitch. And wait a minute, hold on a second. Yeah. So Alesha said if the Sens were out of their way to clear something. Now Derek is on X, so that won't show up on YouTube. Oh, you know what? Duh, Jaws. I'm sorry, I'm old and forgetful. My apologies. There's a reason why I clicked that button, Jaws. There you go. Vincent, yeah, I get you. Yeah, YouTube didn't like the cheating discussion, right? Yeah. So you guys should now be able to see everything I see there on the screen. So, duh, Jaws, jeez. Now yesterday, the whole thing I tried to do with locals was an absolute disaster. I guess, I don't know if anybody else was trying to chat and they were telling you that you had to have a $15 membership or not, or like when you guys went to just follow me, I don't know if it was trying to charge you guys $15. That ain't got any, I did not set any of that up at all. And like Scientists said, yeah, you were the, yeah. I didn't set any of that up at all. And then so I ended the YouTube stream, and then I went back to locals. And while I was looking at my settings to try to figure out why I was doing that, locals ended the stream. I went back to the stream and locals had ended it. So that was 100% not my intent. I just thought everybody was just going to be able to come on and just follow like anywhere else. I wasn't meaning to charge or anything. Yeah, I didn't even know that was the case. Nobody even said anything. Like nobody told. So anyway, David let me know about it. So I messaged locals, and we'll see what the situation, if they ended it or what. But yeah, no, that was not, and I couldn't find the setting for what would have happened at all. I don't know what the hell happened. All I did was when I went to locals, it said you had to create a Rumble account. And so I created a Rumble account using my Google account. And then I set up the local stream. Like I didn't do anything else. Hey, Great White. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Great White. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3. Did this go through? It did. It did, sir. Thank you, bud. David says, who you got tonight, George? You'll take the Rams and Bears and put a Bears homer pick. Yeah, I think the Bears. What did I pick? I picked the Rams and the Bears. Yeah, I picked the Rams and the Bears. So we'll get the locals things sorted out. I wanted to do it so that occasionally we could do a stream that's not a Panthers game, but that I can show the game. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do over there, is just to have something different so that there's some games where we can watch the game at the same time. But thank you, David, for letting me know about that. I would have never known. And of course, I'm sitting there going, hey, let me know if you're in the chat and it's trying to charge you $15. Well, you can't let me know if it's trying to charge you $15, Jaws. And then locals ended the stream anyway. So I don't know what the hell happened. Hey, Vincent. Oh, man, I wish if I was going to have people, like if they were going to say I have to have people pay, I would have just made it like $1 or something. I don't know where the 15 came from. Oh my God, yeah, and then it's a good thing, Colin, because the game was over by halftime anyway. I watched the first half. Users, they look pretty damn good. You know what I mean? They look pretty damn good. Yeah, last night's game was terrible. Oh well, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. It is what it is. Matthew says, I can see all the comments in here in the north. Got to be on full screen mode. Oh, maybe that's part of it too. We'll work on it. We'll see. Now, in terms of the football today, the problem here is that, hold on, both games interfere with the Panthers game, right? Because what do we got? We got 7:00 tonight, or what is it? 7:00? Yeah. So the Rams Panthers won't be over when the Panther game starts, and the Packers Bears starts during the Panther game. So I think how that's going to, I'm going to leave that up to Kyle, what he wants to do. Now, in terms of tomorrow, I know I want to do 49ers Eagles tomorrow afternoon. So that's a guarantee. I don't know if I'm going to get Kyle to do both games. I honestly wouldn't mind doing both games, Bills, Jaguars, and then Niners, Eagles tomorrow, and just do both. But in terms of today's games, most likely, I think if I know Kyle, he's going to want to we'll just pick up Packers and Bears after the Panther game is over. That's probably how we'll work it. I know he wants to watch Rams and Panthers, but the ending of that game is still probably going to be going on when the Panthers puck drops. So, unfortunately, the NFL didn't work around our schedule, did they? Scientist, yeah. What do I think about Coconut? I can't say his name. Hey, Patel. Yeah, I know. Good thing we didn't stream the Peach Bowl. What a letdown, right? When we were texting back and forth, by the time we would have figured anything out anyway, it was 35-7. So I'm still waiting to hear back from them. So it's fine. I'll get it figured out. But yeah, that second half would have been a long. That would have been a long day, Patel. That second half, because that was. I mean, there was plenty of action, but good God. Yeah, Cope. Now where? Let me. You're asking about Cope, and I can't say his name, but I want to bring. Let me see if I can find this video. Hold on, bear with me. There's a video on this channel. How do you spell his name? Kotkaniemi. Let me see. No. Hold on a second. Maybe that's not. There's a video I did years ago. I got to find it. Hold on. I was trying to say his name and I couldn't say, and it's like 30 seconds of me trying to say his name. Yeah, hold on a second. Is it members now or something? I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm going to get this sorted. It's a whole last minute long. Hold on. Hold on a second. Where the hell is it? Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Montreal Canadiens will not match the contract that Kota that KT. I can't say his name no matter how many times I say it. I'm going to try it one more time. So, the Canadiens will not match the Kotkaniemi trade. Can't say his name. So, Canadiens will not match the Kotkaniemi. That's three. That's 3 times I've tried to say it. The Kotkaniemi. So, the Canadiens will not match the Kotkaniemi trade. So, the Canadiens will not match the Kotkaniemi contract. I tried this intro 5 times. I tried 5 times to say his name right. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I'm going to call him KT. Yeah. So yeah. Vincent. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't say his name. I can't say his name no matter what. No matter what. Cold cut Niemi. Oh man. Yeah. So the question was, what do I think about them trying to move on from him? Yeah, who do I see making the move? That's a whole nother question, right? Let me see here. I mean, now let's put it this way: the Canes aren't going to help us out. Boy, his numbers really aren't good. He looked like for a while he was going to turn out to be something. I thought when he was with Montreal that first year that they had something. He did okay for a couple of years at Carolina, but now he's just fallen off the map terribly. He definitely could use a new start. I mean, 6'3", 212. He's still only 25. Boy, 3rd overall. Boy, he's played a lot. I mean, he came in the league right at 18, didn't he? Because he was 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Yeah, he came right in at 18 and scored 11 goals with Montreal. And then didn't have a full, well, that was COVID. Then he had 12, 18, 12, 12 with Carolina. I don't know, man. That's a good, I mean, he's a guy that strikes me like on the right team. Could kind of be a reclamation project. What's his contract? I mean, they're not so he carries like almost a $5 million cap hit. Yeesh. Yeah, that's stinky. That contract stinks. Yeah, that's not good. Vincent says, these games put me in the kind of mood to see you in October. However, we're still here and Petrie is not. Mackey is not and Barkov on one leg. The team needs additions, major, minor, I don't know. We just need our guys back. Did I see the clip from Dangle on how much he hates the Panthers because they're so dirty? He hates them more than the Bruins with Chara and Marchand. Is it recent? I haven't seen anything from him come up in my feed in a couple of days. Break it in half. Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi. All right, that's not too bad. Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi. Yeah, see, I could do that. Okay. As soon as the camera's rolling here, but I guarantee you if I was standing up trying to do a recap, I'd butcher it. Something happens when I'm trying to talk on camera. Kotkaniemi. I said it. Thank you, Matthew. That's actually that actually worked. It actually worked. Wasn't Jones a reclamation project? Some might have felt that way. Some certainly felt like he wasn't playing up to his draft status for sure. Mike says, slap some flex tape on Chucky, Barkov, and Marchand. Good to go. It was a few days and it was a short. All right, I'll have to check that out. Puljujarvi, yeah, he wasn't. I think here he is. Puljujarvi was picked 4th overall by Edmonton in 2016. And then he bounced around a little bit. Then with Edmonton, he had 1, 12, 4, 15, 14 goals, 5 goals before he got moved to the Canes. And then he played some games with Pittsburgh and had 3 goals. The next season, he played a few games with Pittsburgh and had 3 goals. And then they had the 1 goal with us in 5 games. And, boy, he certainly played last year like he wanted to stick around. That's for sure. Yeah, Jones was just miserable for a while as a Hawk, right? Jones is forced to be 1D on a crap team with no support. Sure. Kotkaniemi. I said it. All right, so I'm gonna who's that? Matthew? Yeah, I'm gonna hire Matthew as my speech therapist. Yeah. Jones was, it was considered a bit. It's always interesting when we get these trades when they happen. You get the opinions of the fans of the team that he's playing, that player is playing for. Same thing happened in reverse when we traded Huberdeau, and myself and some of you were trying to tell Flames fans, hey, don't get carried away here. He has 115 points, but don't get carried away. And then they paid him. It is what it is. So, Colin says, Finns have also requested interviews with 49ers defensive coach Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Definitely don't mind that the Finns are looking for a variety of options at head coach. Huh. Well, that's the whole thing, right? It's like with McDaniel gone, do we know what's going to happen to Weaver and the rest of the assistants? Like, are we going full? Are we going, what I mean, like a whole full on? All right, Gray White. Patel, can we have the Dolphins not hire any former Jets, please? Unless they wanted to go get Jason Taylor. That would be okay. We'll be all right with that. But past that, yeah. Although the former Jets quarterbacks have done pretty good. Hey, Anthony. All right, David. Yep. Oh, yeah, you must interview. That's right. Yeah, good point. Good point, David. All right, everybody. Appreciate all of the support. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. Much love, appreciation, all the super chats. Really appreciate y'all putting up with me. like I said, everything's good to go for the Panther game tonight. Not sure what we're going to do with football today. Hopefully we can do both games tomorrow. Kyle's still asleep, so hopefully he's okay. What are my predictions leading up to the deadline? What are we going to get to? I think we lean more forwards. To be honest with you, Anthony, the only thing that I'd be interested in is an upgrade at 4C and 6D. That's really all I'd be interested in, because we just need to get our guys healthy back, like the roster that we have. If you haven't watched it, Anthony, about 2 weeks ago, I put a video out about the possible trades and the cap consequences and what it all means. It's about a half hour long, about 2 weeks ago. And that's where I pretty much go into depth into like what I'd like to see them do and what I think we might be able to do, because those are sometimes two different things. Matthew, your ADD technique of pronunciation, don't ask you numbers. Hey, it worked. It got me to say it. Colt Keniemi. Look at that. I'm fixed. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Enjoy the rest of your day. And then we shall see you 6:15 for the members pregame stream. We'll be there. All right. Ciao.